2, 3, and.
Hey y'all, this is the day that the Lord has made, and I shall rejoice and be glad in it. Thankful to see yet another day in the land of the living. Listen, if you guys didn't get a chance to check out my live that my husband and I did last night, I have it posted up here on TikTok and as well as on my Facebook page and my YouTube. So go ahead and check it out. Listen to it when you get a chance. It's about 40 minutes long. So take some time out today. Listen to it. Listen to what we shared and the journey that God has taken us on. And I just want it to be a blessing, to someone else. But you got to take the time to listen to it. Take the time to listen to it. Again, I did post it up here on TikTok as well as my Facebook and my YouTube page. So today I just want to talk about being desperate for Him, being desperate for God, being desperate. Yo, I am desperate for God. I can't see no other way without Him. And being desperate is like rooted in Scripture, being rooted in Scripture, honest in prayer, and that deep, holy longing for God when you know nothing else to do. When you know nothing else to do. Being desperate for Him. He's the one that's going to see you through. When He is all you need, when He's all you need, when He is all you need. Scripture says in Psalms 46:1, God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. A very present help in trouble. Yeah, He is there. A very present right now, right where you are, a very present help in time of trouble. He is our refuge. He is our strength. He's your strength. He's your refuge. He is the present help in time of trouble. Desperation often shows up when everything familiar is shaken. And that's the truth. When everything familiar is shaken, desperation also often shows up. It shows up. But biblical desperation isn't panic. A biblical desperation isn't panic. It's recognition. It's recognition. Recognition that God is not the last resort. He's our only resource. He's your only resource. Your only resource. When props fall away, His presence become undeniable. Undeniable. This is the place where faith gets real. Faith gets real. What have you been leaning on that God is asking you to release? What have you been holding on that He has been asking you to release? Lord, strip away every false security. I want more than comfort, more than control. Be my refuge today. Be my refuge today. Another thing is hungry for His presence. You got to be hungry for His presence. And in Psalms 42:1, it says, as the deer pants for streams of water, so my soul pants for you, my God. For you, my God. Spiritual hunger is holy. Spiritual hunger is holy. God is not offended by your longing. He's not offended. He's inviting it. He's inviting it, y'all. He is inviting it. The ache you feel is proof you were made for Him. Again, the ache you feel is proof you were made for Him. Don't numb it. Don't numb it. Don't rush past it. Let it draw you deeper into His presence. Let it draw you deeper into His presence. So what has been distracting you from noticing your hunger for God? What has been distracting you? Because you know what? The enemy is always trying to distract us with all kinds of things. And if we let him, we will lose focus. We will lose focus. So what is distracting you from noticing your hunger for God. God, awaken my hunger again. Awaken my hunger again. I don't want religion without relationship. I want you. I don't want religion without relationship. I want you. And like I always tell y'all, if you don't have a relationship with him, you need to get one. You need to get you need to get yourself together. Build that relationship, intimacy with the Lord. He's waiting for you. You need a relationship with him. Because if you don't have a relationship with him, everything that I'm sharing with you won't mean anything. But you got to have a relationship with the Lord. Another thing, crying out without shame. Crying out without shame. Psalms 3:4 says, I cried to the Lord with my voice, and he heard me. Y'all know how many times I've cried to the Lord, and he's heard me? You got to cry out without shame, without guilt. The Bible is full of desperate prayers, raw, emotional, sometimes messy. God listens closely. He does. He listens closely to honest cries, not polished performances. Honest cries, not polished performances. Desperation gives you permission to stop pretending and start pouring. Stop pretending and start pouring. My God. What have you been afraid to say out loud to God? What have you been afraid to say out loud to God? And one thing about it, God already knows your thoughts even before you say it. Just so you know, he already knows. But what have you been afraid to say out loud to God? Lord, I come just as I am. No filters, no fear. Hear my cry and meet me here. My God, that's a prayer that you could pray every day. Lord, I come just as I am. No filters, no fear. Hear my cry and meet me here. He will meet you right where you are. He will meet you right where you are. Another thing is surrender before the breakthrough. Surrender before the breakthrough. And Luke 22:42, it says, not my will, but your will be done. And I say that every day. Lord, not my will, but your will be done in my life. Not my will, but your will. I want to be in his perfect will. I want to be in his perfect will each and every day. And I always say in my prayer, Lord, not my will, but your will be done in my life. Your will be done in my life. True desperation ends in surrender. True desperation ends in surrender. It's the moment you stop fighting God for control and start trusting. Start trusting him with the outcome. Start trusting him with the outcome. Stop fighting him for control. Be still. Like he said, be still and know that I am God. And I tell you, he always has to remind me, Judy, sit down. He has to constantly remind me sometimes, Judy, be still and know that I am God. Sit yourself down somewhere and be still. I'm in control of this. I am in control. It's the moment you stop fighting God for control and start trusting him with the outcome. Breakthrough often follows the quiet yes whispers through tears. What outcome are you holding tighter than you're holding God? What outcome are you holding tighter than you're holding God? What is it? What you holding on tighter to? Father, release my plans, my timelines, my expectations. I trust your will, even when it hurts. Even when it hurts, I trust your will. I trust God for my will. I release all my plans. I surrender it all to him. I have no control over it. But I know that nothing is impossible for God. Nothing is impossible for him. He can do it. He said it, I believe it, and that settles it, y'all. That settles it. And the final thing is desperation that turns into dependence. Desperation that turns into dependence. John 15:5 says, apart from me, you can do nothing. Apart from me, you can do nothing. So without him, you can't do nothing. Without him, I can't do nothing. I can't do anything but continue to trust God. That's all I can do, and that's all I do. That's all me and my husband, that's all we do. Trust God through the process. We can't do anything, but we know he can, and we know he will because we have already seen it. He has already done so much for us. We already seen it. And I'm grateful for what he's done. God doesn't want you desperate for a moment. He wants you dependent for a lifetime. I'm going to say that again because that's good. God doesn't want you desperate for a moment. He wants you dependent for a lifetime. Desperation teaches you where your strength truly comes from. Yes, it does. My God, yes, it does. When you remain connected to him, your weakness becomes the place his power rests. When you remain connected to him, your weakness becomes the place his power rests. So how can you practice daily dependence on God going forward? How can you practice daily dependence on God going forward? Jesus, keep me close. I don't want to return to self-reliance. Teach me to abide in you. Teach me to abide in you. Desperation isn't a sign of spiritual failure. It's often the doorway to deep intimacy with God. The doorway to deep intimacy with God. He is near to the broken, the longing, and the hungry. So listen, y'all. You gotta be desperate for him. You gotta be desperate for him. You gotta be desperate for him. So I want to wish y'all a happy Tuesday today. Enjoy the rest of your day. Know that I love you all, and I look forward to speaking to you again. Have a wonderful day, and God bless.